Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. All right, today we're going to talk about the power of living alone. The power of living alone. Now we have a letter, so let's dive right into this letter and see what she says. I'm writing to seek guidance regarding my relationship and a fear that has been holding me back from making a change in my life. I am a 50-year-old woman living with my boyfriend. We have been together for 2 years, and though we have no children, I find myself feeling more and more unsettled in this relationship. I work for the state, and he works as a car mechanic. He often comes home very angry, bringing the frustrations of his day with him. Unfortunately, he tends to take out those frustrations on me. His words are harsh, and when I try to express my discomfort, he tells me if I don't like it, I can leave. You know what? He would only have one time to tell me that. I think, as a matter of fact, I believe that my first husband told me some words like that, and I was gone before he knew it. Okay? That's an insult for a man to tell you, if you don't like it, leave. Ladies, they're already telling you by that statement, they don't care if you leave. They don't value you. And that's definitely not love. Okay, let's go on with the letter. I have reached a point where I am so tired of this constant tension, the anger, and the emotional toll it takes on me. I feel drained, both mentally and physically, and yet I find myself afraid to leave him. The thought of being alone scares me. I worry about the future and whether I'll be able to handle life on my own. Despite knowing that I deserve better, the fear of solitude is paralyzing. Ladies, many of you have that mindset. All right, and no doubt I grew up with the same mindset because I did marry twice, looking for that happiness with a man and all of that. Not saying that you can't be happy with a man, but if you find yourself in an unhappy situation, then you need to find happiness within yourself, not within another man. You don't keep going from man to man to man. If you are with a partner and that partner is not fulfilling, then I say you need to leave and not be afraid to leave. In the letter, you work for the state, so you have a job. You can make it on your own, but your fear is not having a man. What are your friends going to say? You ain't got a man. What's wrong with you? You understand? People judge you when they see you are single. That's just a mindset from society putting pressure on you. You don't need that. Okay? The next thing, you may be afraid of security reasons. Security reasons. Thinking that, if something happened to your job, he's a mechanic, he'll fill in. But, remember, this is your living boyfriend. He hasn't married you or anything. He hasn't even committed to you like that. So you can't depend on him for security or a future. So you shouldn't be afraid to leave. You have nothing. You're just hanging out with someone. And that's why he's coming home with his frustrations, taking them out on you, using you as his punching bag, because he doesn't value you like that. He probably hasn't valued you since you decided to live together. A lot of men don't. They'll value you until then. You see, when you move in with somebody, you get to see them at their worst. And you say you've been together for 2 years. He has probably seen you at your worst or damn near close to it. And the same thing you to him. And what you see, you don't like it. Maybe what he sees, he don't like it either. You understand? And that's why he's treating you the way he's treating you. But you deserve better. And you don't need to sit up and be somebody's punchy bag. What are you getting out of the relationship? Anyway, you said that you are tired, but your fear is holding you back. Well, then you haven't gotten to that breaking point yet. You know, everybody has that breaking point until you say, you just throw caution to the wind. You say, look, I'm out of here. I'm not taking it anymore. And my first husband, I stayed in that terrible relationship for 7 years. And basically, I stayed there because I came from a religious family, and they pressured me to stay there. You understand? In the religion, when you marry for life. They really take those vows seriously. Okay. You marry for life, no matter what. Sickness and health and all that. That's why I tell people don't say those vows anymore, because you don't really mean them. You know, you're just trying to get through the ceremony so that you can say, I'm married now. You don't really, I don't know if you even really hear the vows. Now, a lot of people are writing their own vows, and I don't know what they're saying or anything like that. But I would not make the vow that I would stay with him, rich or poor, better, worse, all that. No, I'm going to stay with nobody through all that. But never give yourself over to a partner in a relationship. And that's why you feel overwhelmed when the relationship is going bad. You feel trapped because you have given your entire self to the relationship. Almost like the man is holding the strings. He's got that power over you. I know when I was married, my husband, when he chirped those words to me, would leave. He thought that I couldn't do it. He thought I couldn't do any better because, number one, I had 3 little babies when he said that to me. 3 little babies. I wasn't even working. I was staying at home with the kids. He was the one that was going out doing whatever he was doing, you see. But when he said those words to me, I had it. I wasn't going to listen to family anymore or anybody anymore. And although I was a young woman then, I picked up my 3 babies, threw them in my car, and I took off. Start over again, someplace else. But I just, had enough. And that gave me the strength to move on. And sometimes women, you need that push, that push to go out. But hopefully you don't have to wait until something drastic happens before you see that you should not stay in these bad situations. Ladies, even if you are with a partner, still control your own independence of it. Be 2 independent people. Do not be a codependent. You see? So if the partner decides to leave or they don't want the relationship anymore or whatever, you're still an independent partner. You can still stand on your own 2 feet. You're not a codependent because, your partner left, now you're going to be devastated You're going to be lost. You don't know what to do with yourself. Okay? Now, the flip side of that is ladies feel like they don't want to be alone. All right? The first is like living alone, but being alone. Now, the thing about if you're living alone, that doesn't mean that you are alone. You can still date other people, but they don't live with you. Okay? Now that may be an ideal situation. Don't live with them. Just date them. Have fun as long as the fun lasts, and go to your place of business and be independently strong, ladies. It doesn't mean the same thing if you're not married or living with somebody that you are alone. There's plenty of people out here who are just looking for dates. They're not looking to marry. Plenty of men out there. They're not looking to marry anybody, but they would like to have a friend, a lifelong friend, and some of them will stay with you a lifetime. Ladies, and these are the ladies who feel like you want companionship. There are options to having companionship without being locked into something where you are abused. Now, let's see if we answered your questions in the letter. You did ask, why do I feel this fear? It's a mindset. Your mind is set on companionship. Well, all young girls have been brought up to believe that companionship, when you grow up, you're looking for a husband to get married. You understand that? That's the objective that little girls have been given from day one. When little girls are given these little baby dolls so you can get used to take care of babies, it's all a program, people. Why am I so afraid of being alone? Even though I know staying in this situation is unhealthy for me, because you have a fear of the unknown. That's all it is. Fear of what's going to happen when you are out here on your own. That's the only thing stopping you. Fear. Do not live your life in fear, period. Fear can hold you back from many wonderful opportunities. Okay? So let fear go. Like I said, it's a program. You've been programmed to have a man. But programs can be broken. All right? It's just your mind. It's just the way that, this information has been handed to you and what is expected of you. And then it shows you at the end, if you end up being alone, it shows you the consequences. You're going to be known as a Spencer, an old woman without anybody. You can't get nobody, all kind of crap like that. Don't believe any of it. Now, here is the truth about it. Living alone doesn't mean being unloved or unsuccessful. It can be a powerful healing and deeply freeing experience. Women who embrace it often discover their own voice, inner peace, personal strength, and the ability to choose companionship out of desire and not out of fear. I hope you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who may have a question that you'd like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. I want to thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you for your comments and your letters, and a very special thank you to those that leave a donation. I really appreciate all of you. I wish you all the very best, and I really hope to see you next time.